This is Brian Cody's Facebook video about the fake news. Can we believe it?
Applause to you. And you know who you are because you're watching this video and I'm getting ready to make it about you. So, this morning I get a phone call and it's Larry Whitaker. He goes, "Hey Brian, I got a problem.
And he's talking about
reliable
me.
source that Ray passed away. And Betty's over here crying and we're all upset. The whole family's just in turmoil. I need your help." I'm like, "Okay, I got you. Give me a few minutes and make some phone calls and I'll see what I can do." So, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, I wonder if these people are like...
I believe this may be the video that Lady K was referencing.
Seeing some like old content that was clickbait, like, Ray passed away or whatever. I don't know if you guys remember that. I do, clearly.
Now, did the rumor start in maybe Watson's chat where a troll kept saying that he passed away? And then these other channels, they started doing reels and videos and stuff saying he had passed away when he hadn't.
So, I'm thinking in the back of my mind, that might be what this is. So I'm like, let me just check, make sure. Rather than shutting it down, let me make sure. So I call 2 or 3 of my reliable sources, and I'm like, "Hey, this is what Larry called me and said this morning. This is what's going on. Betty's upset. She's in the background crying. The whole family's messed up right now, and they're asking me..."
Let me be clear. If you have a loved one in APS custody, they are not going to release to anybody online whether they pass away. It will either be APS or it will be the facility where they're at that will contact the immediate family, which in Ray's case would be Betty and Larry.
Get to the bottom of it, because he said he'd already called 2 or 3 places this morning, and I think they were having a hard time understanding Larry because, he has a very, distinctive dialogue, right, or dialect. It's sometimes hard to understand what Larry's saying.
I can understand for the most part what he's saying because I have what the professionals say is a nonverbal child, but he can say some words. And my dad, my biological dad, he was somewhat hard to understand the way that he talked. But yeah.
So I call these few places and I'm like, "Hey, I need you to put some feelers out. I need you to find out if everything's okay with Ray or not, because this is what he's being told." About 45 minutes later, I get some phone calls back. Ray's all right. Everything's cool. I'm like, all right. So, source of information. The source of information came from a person who is a very prominent business owner, local, that grew up around Larry and Betty down in the holler, okay? And then he climbed out of the holler, went and did something better for himself, and now he's a very prominent business owner. Well-respected man, okay?
So I guess that's who contacted Brian, or who contacted, not Brian, I'm sorry, Larry.
His information came from someone watching a video that said Ray passed away. And then in further investigation or further scrolling, not on that exact person's reels, but saw that reel and was like, watched it. And Facebook says, well, we'll feed him more of that content or that person. So scroll.
This is kind of confusing.
Scroll your boat, and it's like, oh yeah, I've got reliable connection because a friend of mine works over at blah blah blah, and they said Ray was gaining weight and whatever. So this person watched those videos, and they're elderly, and they don't understand what's going on. They don't understand all this clickbait crap and all this stealing content and cropping and clipping and getting 8.7 million views in the last couple months off of other people's content. Anyway, so
you gotta watch what you put out. Do not do this clickbait shit. Do not make up rumors like that somebody's passed away when they haven't.
That person called prominent business owner that grew up with the Whitakers and was like, "I just watched a video that said Ray passed away. And I just watched a video from said person that was very reliable that, Ray was okay previously. And now that, so they didn't know how to put 2 and 2 together. And so they just called him and was like, "Hey, we got an issue." And then he called and was like, "Hey, we got an issue." And so this right here, folks, is a prime example of how important it is to put reliable, honest content out. Okay. Now,
is this honestly concern, or is this just for clicks, views, likes, whatever?
I know you guys have kicked me since day one, you're doing this wrong. And so from here forward, we're making positive content, okay? Unless it's bad news. If I gotta give you bad news, I gotta give you bad news. It is what it is. But I'm making positive content. I'm not on here to kick and bash and bag and everything. We're not doing that anymore. From here forward, it's either gonna be funny shit, or it's gonna be positive, or it's gonna be
yeah, because they all want money. They all want your money.
uplifting or whatever. Okay, even though this is a little bit of a shitty video, I'm still trying to make a positive out of it, okay? Because I spent like 3 hours, 2 hours making phone calls, calling people, going, "Hey, what the hell?" And then, I was like ready to three-way Larry, so he could like verify who he was with APS and be like, "Yeah, like, I'll speak, very clearly for you guys and tell you
What? What the actual hell?
what's going on." But once we found out that the information came from some videos that someone watched on either TikTok or Facebook or what have you from a particular person, I was upset. At that point, I was upset, and I was like, "This is some bull hockey." You know what? Y'all know what bull hockey is?
Bull hockey, aka bullshit.
All right, so it's very important that you guys put out positive, honest content, because that rage bait, clickbait bullshit that person put out caused Larry and Betty to have a very morning, okay? Because could you imagine? Put yourself in their shoes for just a few minutes and be like, "Let me go get in them shoes. Let me get into them baby sharks real quick and just see how I would feel." And,
When I clip, I usually clip the whole thing. And I give my commentary. Because that's what fair use is, baby.
put myself in their shoes. Because I was thinking to myself, if someone that I, like, trust and I'm, like, really cool with and I've known all my life called me and was like, "Hey, got bad news. Your papa passed away this morning. Yeah, Susie was watching a video, and this person seems to be pretty trustworthy, and she seems to know what she's talking about. And
Now, if that happened to me, I would be pissed.
said Ray passed away. And then, previous videos said he was gaining weight and everything." How would you feel? I mean, really, how would you
I would not only be pissed, I would be angry. Yeah, I would be angry.
feel? Put yourself in that situation for just a second and be like, you know what? Is it worth the little 50 or $100 that you made off of that clickbait video? And is it worth the little couple $100 you made off of clipping my shit and putting it all over the internet? I mean, like, is it really worth it? Is
I'm not making nothing off of this video.
clickbait and false information, and is it really worth it? Guys, positive note, because all these phone calls were made and we finally talked to the right person, guess what? Larry and Betty have a visitation coming up. It's a meeting to establish visitation for the family, and that's the first step. So you guys stay tuned, because we're going to make this happen. We're going to make it work. We're going to bring a positive out.
Brown's not going to be involved, but this is positive. Because I believe that they should get visitation, but no more exploitation, no more making money off of them.
Of this, and we're going to do something. And if you don't like it, guess what? You'll come go, whoop, and go bye-bye. Go bye-bye. You leave a comment on the little
Guess what, Brian? You're not going to make content out of it. APS won't allow that. No cameras.
comment section down below. You know what I mean? Just say.
And honestly, this shouldn't have even been put on here. This should have been kept private.
I'm on with y'all later. Don't worry. Hey, look, that's just a consequence for all this. You know what I mean? It don't come easy, and it don't come.
What? So you're taking credit for this shit? Really bad? You are just a fucking idiot. Sorry for that language, y'all. I'm frustrated.